And we're live!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Those Aren't Biscuits. This is episode 135. Not even sure what that means anymore for us, but that's the time we've done it, and you're in for the next hour or 2 hours or so of pure enjoyment.
Pure classic entertainment.
That's right.
Playing Fishing Planet today. I have to do a tutorial before we can fish together. Enjoy.
That's right. We are playing Fishing Planet on the PlayStation 4. And yeah, it's a fishing simulator. It's kind of what you see is what you get here. It's you fish. That's what we do. But, it'd be kind of fun. We like playing free games. This is a free game.
Yeah.
So
we don't have to pay for them for a terrible background show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm currently waiting for a fish to bite. Hello in the chat to Ashton Modry, Happy Halo Fish, Stuart Lubb, and Sam Foreman. If you guys are new here, this is a show we do every week. We do take questions, but we don't take them as often as a normal stream, so send your questions in advance so we tend to get to them in sessions through the stream. And,
that's right. This is a pop culture show that we'll be taking turns, essentially, talking about things that we've been doing during the week, movies we've seen, TV shows we've watched, comic books we've read, video games we've played, music we've listened to, and all the other verbs and adverb combinations I could think of. We're just getting a little set up right now, so we're not fully into the show, but we will be getting there shortly. But if you have any comments to drop right now, feel free to do so. We do read them all and chat with you guys as we do this show.
I'm waiting for a fish to bite.
As you can see, Owen here got stuck in tutorial hell.
I always forget that I use a different username when we stream this, so it always takes me a little while to get set up. How are you this week, Jonathan? Are you having a good Halloween? Are you going to be going trick-or-treating? Trick and or treating?
No and no. I'm
I've caught a fish. A bluegill.
I'm not opposed to trick-or-treating. It's just,
You're a little old for it right now, right? That's presumably the truth of it.
Sort of. I mean, I've known people my age who go trick-or-treating. My favorite are the people I know who are my age with kids, who their kids don't really want to go. But the parents are just like, oh, we're going trick-or-treating. Like, you're kind of doing this for yourself, aren't you?
What I want to know is the ones that
holiday.
The ones that don't go for their kids, do they get a good haul?
I don't know.
We don't really do it over here. Like, I mean, we do them also now. I think it got a little bit more common with like the Halloween movies. And then kind of it's making me catch more fish. And then I think what really did Halloween over here was when the Simpsons Halloween special started to come in. I think that's what really pushed it over to real mainstream, because we actually have a holiday on November the 5th. We have another holiday around that time, which is, you don't normally get two holidays within a week of each other, like two major ones. And so we have our autumn holiday, which is Bonfire Night.
Right.
Time for a real catch. Open your inventory. Change your bait for a bigger fish. Awesome.
Oh, come on. I snagged my line.
I will have some red ones.
This is something that they could have removed from this game. Like, I get it's a simulator, but really, like, my line's snagged, so now I have to do this tugging nonsense to try to get it free. And
all right, I think I can now make us. Oh no, it's requiring me to press the Go Fishing button and start a different kind of game. We'll see. Hello to Mr. Derpington. How you doing? Happy Halo Fish says, oh, do people trick-or-treat where you live? Because I also live in Britain. No one around my area does it. Occasionally people do it. I don't ever get any here because of just where we are. But it's one of those things, it seems to go in and out of favor here. It's not as established as a holiday, really, I would say. It is, but it's mostly on TV, I think, Halloween in Britain.
Right.
But even Bonfire Night's kind of dying out because Bonfire Night's being killed by Halloween. But Halloween's not really sustaining. People still go to bonfires. We do fireworks. Bonfire Night's our fireworks holiday. Which, when you think about it, kind of makes more sense than July for fireworks.
Well, for you guys, like, I mean, they're symbolic.
Sure, but you can't see them in July, surely.
What the fuck are you talking about? We do it at night.
Sure.
Night still happens in July.
Yeah, it's all late.
Yes, the month of July when the sun it burns excruciatingly long all day, burning away the inky blackness of the night.
That is the definition of summer. Yeah. I haven't been to a bonfire in a while. We don't really burn the guys anymore.
Shame.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep this fish. You have reached level 2. Level 2 fishing. Open the lake map to continue your adventure. Leave. There we go. So John quite likes this game. I played this on the channel a while ago, and I thought it was, quite honestly, crap.
Hold on.
I've got to be fair. Okay, so I was fair to the game at the time. It is a really in-depth, thoughtfully designed fishing simulator. It just happens to also be very boring.
Okay, let me be clear, alright? It's not that, like, I love this game, right? It's... I don't have, like, a deep, abiding love for this game. But it's kind of fun, you know? Like... I don't know. It's one of those games where... And I love these kind of games where I can just kind of... just gonna waste some time.
Right.
You know, I don't really have an objective. You know, lately it's been... Oh, no. Oh, good, I didn't sing my line. It's been that Skyforce anniversary. I've been popping into that to waste some time. And this kind of fills that same role for me.
I've been enjoying that. I've also noticed that if you do a level where your friends played, you can see where they died and you can rescue them.
Yeah.
And get extra stats.
I've rescued many times.
I've been playing a lot of it.
There's a part of me who's like, I can hold this over him somehow.
Yeah. I love you too, Jonathan. Alright, I'm making a new friends-only room. Oh god, I didn't check which area I'm in. You should be able to join. Happy Halofish says, would you rather play Rock Simulator? I think it's probably about the same game, to be honest.
You're mean.
It's really terrible because I played this and I just had nothing nice to say about it. I felt terrible because I'm sure it's pretty well made for what it is. The funny thing when I streamed it was full of really, really enthusiastic people in the chat.
Yeah.
Really into it. Alright, come on, John, you gotta get in the game here. So, do you have any Halloween plans? Are you going out for Halloween drinks?
I went out last night.
Oh, yeah? Was it spooky?
That's usually what happens. No.
Oh.
So, but it actually led to... Okay, so I think I have to leave. Okay, I'm gonna leave.
Hurry up, I feel very scared alone in this cabin in the woods.
Why are you in the cabin?
Oh no, there is a cabin here. I wonder if I can go in the cabin and just play some time in the cabin.
Excuse me. So, I did go out, but it did lead to kind of another strange moment in the life of Jonathan Cadotte.
Yeah.
So I go out, I have some drinks, and I get to that you're not my friend? Because I'm not seeing your room like I did before.
Oh, weird. Well, we're in-game friends, aren't we, John? I would hope so.
Yeah, I don't actually have... Oh my god, I don't have you. On here.
Gasp. Outrageous, John. Oh, come on. I loved when you're trying to go through the tabs and you get to that PlayStation Store tab and it holds you. Like, empty store. Oh, yeah. Use friend search. All right. I'm using the friend search. Search request must contain...
Where's the keyboard?
That's amazing. Did you get the same thing? You try and type it and it doesn't actually bring up... Video games. This is terrific.
God.
Why aren't we friends though? We're friends, aren't we? You definitely
are.
This username on your friends list.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is great.
Do you have to get to level 3?
Oh, maybe. Let's try that. All right, so I'm gonna go fish. I will fish to level 3 and we'll try this out. Oh, this is so bad.
I'll tell about my story, okay?
Yeah, you do it. I'll fish.
we go out and with a group of people and we're having a time. I don't dress up or anything like that.
Sure.
I'm not big on dressing up. I'm really not.
No, I know what you mean.
And it's not really. For me,
your
it's
theater
like
productions
must
be dull.
That's the only time I do it.
Everyone's just wearing their street clothes. This is really unusual. Who directed this?
Lucky, though. The last few plays I was in, I got to wear pretty much just street clothes. It was nice. But for me, it's a physical thing. Like, I don't care if I'm out and about wearing something stupid. That doesn't bother me. There's just a physical uncomfort to most costumes.
Right.
And so I don't dress up. But we go out, we go to a few bars, and at some point in the night, a member of our group steals a part of the costume from someone else.
Oh.
These cat ears.
Oh, good.
Right? And
as you do.
Yeah. And so we go out to another bar, we're hanging out, and I'm wearing these cat ears now, because now I think it's funny. Like, I'm wearing my normal clothes, wearing a hat, and I have cat ears on. It's like, I look like the laziest bastard known to man. Like, I tried to wear a costume, but... And so we wear that, and so we have a few more drinks, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to head home. And I get home, and I'm at that point, and it's actually the point of drinking that I hate the most. I can have one or two, drinks and get like a little buzz, and I feel pretty good. Or I can get shit-faced drunk and feel pretty good. It's that middle area where, like, I'm not plastered, but I'm just now, like, aware that all my motor skills aren't there.
Right.
So it's just a real frustrating point, and that's where I was. So I get home, and I'm like, you know what? I still have, like, this half bottle of wine. I'm going to pour myself a glass of wine. Pour myself a glass of wine. Get out of my my pants. I throw on some basketball shorts. That's
Whoa,
what
this story's livening up. Taking off.
And then all of a sudden, I'm like, I get hit with the drunk munchies. I'm like, oh, man, I'm hungry. So I open up the fridge. I'm looking through it. I was like, oh, I got bacon. I'll make a bacon. So I grabbed the bacon. And
do you know,
I throw it on.
like a huge amount of kitchen fires start by people who come home and cook drunk? It's true.
Well, oh yeah, I absolutely believe it. So I'm cooking the bacon, and I'm standing in front of it, and all of a sudden it just dawns on me, this like moment of clarity. I'm like, Jonathan, it is 3 o'clock in the morning. You have a cup of wine in one hand. You're cooking bacon with the other. You're wearing basketball shorts and cat ears. Maybe your life isn't going where it should be.
Or maybe it's going more the way it should be than ever before.
I'm trying to think, I'm like, is this the trashiest thing I've ever done or the classiest? I couldn't really decide. I'm like...
I think the cat ears push it over the limit, right? That's the defining...
Well, and it's funny, because if you guys tuned in last week and I told my little breakdown story, you know that I kind of have some issues when it comes to, like, absurdity. When things get too absurd, I kind of break down. And so in that moment, I'm sitting there and realize, like, oh, God, I'm the cause. It's me. Like, I brought this upon myself this time. And, there's nothing I can do to stop it. I'm stuck.
It's funny, nothing really makes you feel better about yourself than hearing someone else feeling like their life's going down the drain, you know what I mean?
Alright.
Brings all your thoughts together in a really good way.
Well, I'm glad.
Okay, I've hit level 3 now. I've unlocked some new waterways.
Mm-hmm. Stop it.
I'm gonna see if it now gives me... Okay, right, it has unlocked some other stuff, so let's try this out. I was level 3 before. Okay, I wanna search you. I wanna use the friend search. No, that's still not working. I still don't have you on my friends list. This is amazing.
Oh my good God.
How the hell? This did work over on the other username.
Yeah. Is there... I can't remember. Is there a way to bring up the keyboard?
I don't think so. If you just joined us, we are playing Fishing Planet and talking about stuff.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know how to invite you.
Huh. Okay. Well, alright. So I'm gonna leave again.
Problem is, I can't quit the game, because that'll end the stream.
Well, you don't have to... You shouldn't have to quit the game.
No, I'm just letting you know that that's not an option to... I can't restart the game.
Mm. Yeah, oh my God, I cannot find you. Okay.
Maybe it's we have to go to a different area.
No, it's... Because you can only go to that Lone Star Lake.
Well, I can now go to Mudwater River.
Right, okay. But you need to buy a license.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna quit the game.
Good luck, sir.
And I will... Yeah.
We've got to stop jumping into these games without a test stream first.
Right? Sorry everyone watching, if there is anyone watching anymore. This is, having a little issue right now.
I'm really baffled by
thank you. Thank you, Ninth Dimension, for keep pointing out that we only have a few people watching. Thank you. Really appreciate that one. Just... but you can help us there, Ninth. You can be the one to go out and share and like and all that fun stuff. You know, share it on your social medias. Go nuts.
I think we actually used to get more views consistently when we just had the Minecraft studio, to be honest.
Oh, absolutely.
I think
because
switching
people
the
are coming
games...
to actually watch. They're coming to watch Minecraft.
Well, that's true.
Alright.
We're just having a little technical issues here. We're trying to sort out why we're having trouble inviting each other to the same game. We might just have to randomly fish. Just...
Oh, I found you. Okay, I got it.
Oh, cool. Sweet. So, should I get into a game?
Okay. Yep, if you open up a...
I'll go to Lone Star Lake because...
okay.
Oh, I have now lost the bit that lets me start a friends-only room. I now don't have that bit open on my screen. Good. This is going well.
Because, oh, you probably have to leave altogether. We're going to get this, people. We're going to.
I'm going to travel. You see if you can join it.
Yep. Okay, so I can start one.
Oh, well, I've just
so why
traveled to
don't
one.
I start one?
Alright, well, hold on. I'm traveling into one. See if you can join this, and if you can't... Oh, no, here we go.
Okay.
Yeah, I can start one. I've got it. I've sorted it out now.
Okay, and if this works like last time, it'll disappear for me in a little bit. But yeah, so that was kind of my Halloween. Stole some ears, cooked some bacon, drank some wine. Felt absolutely miserable with my life for a hot minute, and then I kind of forgot about it. I was like, whatever. Like, I kind of got to this point where I'm like, well, I'm sure really successful people have done this too. Maybe not exactly this, but I'm absolutely certain that Bill Gates at one point was drunk in his kitchen,
cooking bacon, wearing stolen cat ears.
Right.
I bet it was last week.
Oh, absolutely. Probably one of those crazy rich people parties where they like sacrificed a real human being.
Right, like Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah.
I just imagine Bill Gates at the Eyes Wide Shut orgy.
Yeah, Bill Gates show.
Bill Gates.
I cured malaria. I killed malaria. Oh my God, Bill.
Bill Gates. Steve Jobs before he died, and Warren Buffett.
The Koch brothers.
With the mask. You can still just tell who they are because they're all wearing like corporate sweaters.
Right. So did you start one of those rooms?
Yeah, you should be able to join. All right, we'll finally be able to do some fishing together. It's going to be good. Hope you guys are having fun.
Invite?
Sorry?
Did you send me an invite?
You should just be able to join, right? I started a friends-only room.
Okay, it's not showing up for me.
Oh, good. Everything's going well. Oh, this game's menus are a nightmare.
Yes, they are. Hold on, maybe... Oh, okay, I see it. So, I've noticed that to get it really going, you kind of have to just, like, leave the menu for a bit and come back.
Okay, I see that you've joined. Where are you? I'm going to try and find you. I'm going to fish you good. Is this PvP fishing? I want to be able to play fish in the game.
I want to play as the fish.
Right, yeah. One person fishing, one person fish.
Yeah, asynchronous. Yeah.
Yeah, asymmetrical. Yeah, no, I'd like that.
Yeah.
I would win, though, because I would literally just swim over to the other side of the lake. It would be fine if I was the fish.
Hey! It's me!
Where are you? I'll see you, John.
Turn around.
What's the sprinting animation like? I'm curious.
Oh, it's terrible. Just turn around.
Yeah, I see you. Oh. Okay, I want to see a sprint.
That's
hey!
sprinting.
That's pretty good.
Whee!
Like a swan on a lake. Is it just me, or are all the maps pretty dark?
It's 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, that makes sense. All right, let's do it. Let's go fishing.
We're fishing, y'all.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna catch the best damn fish. I'm gonna catch myself a real classy crappie.
Okay. So, people in the chat, if you want to play along with us, all right? It actually shows on the bottom left-hand corner of the screen when one of us catches a fish. So, if you want to keep score at home, go nuts. I'm not going to.
I like this. Hello to Ashton Modry. How you doing? All right, well, we can get more into the show then. So, we watched something the same this week, intentionally.
Yeah.
I say this week.
We did.
Like 30 minutes before we started for me.
Mm-hmm. Yep. The Peanuts movie.
I haven't seen the Peanuts movie. That is not what we watched.
I watched it yesterday.
Did you like it? Was it good?
Yeah, it's actually really good. But I'll talk about that later. Let's talk about what we watched together. Hey, I caught a fish.
I also caught a fish. I caught a 0.5 pound bluegill.
Oh, I caught a 0.32 pound bluegill. So you're winning
my
right now.
bluegill is marginally larger than your bluegill. Did you release it?
No, I kept. I'm keeping mine.
Yeah, me too. Let's do that. Fishing. How is the day treating everybody? Pretty damn badly.
But,
the day is a harsh mistress. So we discussed the original form of this quite extensively last year, but we watched the David Pumpkins Halloween special. with that there
Yeah,
thanks.
we did. Yeah.
Mr. T. Hanks. Thanks. No one calls him thanks. They should.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure they do. I'm pretty sure he then punches him in the face.
Yeah, every time. No, that's,
Oh,
it's not even...
a 0.66 pound trophy bluegill. Look at you.
Yeah, I don't get to keep it, though. I've got to release it. It's over the limit. It's like a visceral reaction for Tom Hanks at this point. Like, he doesn't mean to keep hurting people who call him thanks. It is just Pavlovian right now that he immediately breaks their nose. Like, no!
Oh, I got...
Is that a fish?
Even... Yeah, I got a 0.2 pound green sunfish. But no, like with Tom Hanks, even when people are saying it like not as like addressed to him, or like he's sitting at the table next to them.
Oh, thanks.
It's like, we don't some more culinary bread. Yeah, yeah. Thanks. I would love some. Pink, 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 pink.
They're just in the emergency room. I heard that a young woman just came in with every bone in her body broken. Yeah. Was it Tom Hanks again? I'm afraid so.
Damn it. We have our own special ward for it. It's the thanks ward. Ah!
You didn't tell me he was in the building.
Lock it down. Lock it down.
He's just running through, dressed in the security guard outfit from the Green Mile, just plowing through nurses and doctors with the truncheon.
It looks like the hallway scene from Daredevil.
Right. but he's got that really classy, friendly Tom Hanks smile as he
the whole time.
as he just breaks through people.
Afterwards, they're all just lying there writhing in pain. Any questions?
I'm teaching you a lesson. You should be courteous. Thanks. What did you say?
My name. It's not my name. But yeah, we watched the David S. Pumpkins
Halloween special. Yeah.
Halloween special. What did you think of it?
I thought it was exactly as mediocre as I was expecting it to be in almost every way.
So, I actually kind of enjoyed it.
And that was my second thought. My second thought all the way through was, wow, this is disappointing. And then, I bet John's enjoying this shit.
You know what I actually liked about it? It surprisingly had more heart to it than I was expecting. Like, I was legit expecting just like a really sarcastic, cynical approach to like Halloween or holiday specials, and oddly enough, that wasn't what it was. It was a legit holiday special with all of the happiness and all that sort of stuff, and the really cute moments and the stupid villains and all that sort of stuff, with this really dumb character right in the middle of it all.
I would have liked it if they'd actually played it.
Play the bit.
I would have actually liked it if they'd have played it straighter, even straighter when it wasn't David Pumpkins. Do you know what I mean? Because they did keep trying to go for the kind of the Family Guy laugh. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I don't necessarily think that worked for it, but there are bits of it I actually like. Okay. Mm-hmm. The bit that I think I do like was the strawberry, which I thought was actually really funny. And
I just love through the whole thing that no matter what, they refuse to give any answers to anything. Like, they made a distinct point that everything that David S. Pumpkins did was just this weird, nonsensical, like, and everyone's like, what is his deal? Like, and he just wouldn't answer.
Right. The best bit for me, the bit that I think captured the captured the gag of the sketch while also doing something new with it that worked with the plot is the bit where he won't actually start singing.
Yeah, I love that. It's more unnerving that he's not singing.
Right, I actually really like that. I didn't much care for most of it, though. I must admit, I think quite often it seemed to rely quite a lot on just using exactly the same jokes from the skit.
Mm-hmm. I'm really trying to think of the bit that I thought was really funny. I think the song, the one song that was actually in it, I thought was actually really funny because for me, I didn't catch on for a few seconds. I was like, oh wow, they're actually putting a musical number in it, and I realized that what they were doing is they're playing the David S. Pumpkins bit while using a song because he doesn't give any answers. It's
right,
just...
he fills it with information that is not information.
Right. No, I mean, to be fair, like, are there really any memorable, good Halloween specials? The only one I can really think of is The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, right?
Right, which, would that really be memorable if Peanuts and the Charlie Brown and Snoopy show didn't exist before and after?
Right. Yeah, I mean, Halloween is a really tough one to do a special about because Halloween by its nature is not a real good like holiday for lessons, you know?
Right, and even It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, when you look at it, that's actually quite a similar gag to the David Pumpkins Halloween special, in that it's a gag about a character who tries to turn Halloween into Christmas with a
Sorry, I
holiday
cannot answer that for you.
with a holiday figure who gives a reward, you know? The Great Pumpkin is Halloween Santa, right?
Right.
And that is absolutely played for laughs, right? The Great Pumpkin. It's a gag. It's a Halloween special done like a Christmas special. As a joke. But then these things become so... You see them so often in Halloween, you start to see them so much as a kid, that you start to think that that's a legitimate like way to do a Halloween special, you know?
Right. And it's like, no. It's...
Yeah, it's a reference to a Christmas special.
So, I mean, speaking of the Peanuts specials, though, like, I know we talked about it before, but I was looking at all the specials before.
Ooh, I caught a crappie. Yay.
It's pronounced crappie.
It's written crappie.
So, people listening, if you don't know, there is a really, really dark Charlie Brown special.
Oh, God.
And I hope everyone knows what these are. The Peanuts special, you know, Charlie Brown, Linus, Lucy, Snoopy, all those guys.
The Peanut specials were actually... They began the show, didn't they, really? Like, the show came out of the specials, didn't it?
Right. And I would say that the specials by far are still more popular than that show ever was.
I like that show, though. I've always liked that show.
But there's a really dark, and I mean dark, special, and it's called Why Charlie Brown Why?
Do you know what the best thing about that is? That title really, you know, it precludes any ability to take it seriously, right? Because
Does it?
Well, I mean, calling it Why Charlie Brown Why is what you would call it if you were doing a gag. A gag, very serious Charlie Brown special, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Right. So if you guys don't know, this special deals with Charlie Brown, or more Linus than anything, having a friend who has cancer. And, you know, going through all the...
Snagged. I can't get it up. Oh, I hate this line snagging thing. It is not fun.
No. So, I was looking at these specials, and I realized there's another Charlie Brown special that has a really, really dark title. But when I looked at it, it wasn't so bad.
Is it? It's the Jigsaw Killer, Charlie Brown.
I want to play a game, Charlie Brown.
Point to the spot on the doll where he touched you, Charlie Brown.
No, there is a legit special called "Is This the End, Charlie Brown?"
In actuality, it's just a story about Charlie Brown reading everybody his new novel he's written.
Like, oh God, is this the end? Is it now? Is it now? But no, it's about Linus and Lucy moving away.
How the hell do you get the line unsnagged?
I have never successfully done it yet. I just cut it and I have to rebuild. You have to rebuild your whole rig.
This is really what people wanted to play.
But no, that title seems so fucked up to me. We're just like I kind of expected, like, oh, this is the Charlie Brown special where they're pretending they're in World War I, you know, and they're trapped behind enemy lines, you know, the Germans are, closing in on them, and then Linus is just like, is this the end, Charlie Brown? Yeah, Linus, it's been good. But let's go down fighting. On the count of 3, God damn it. We'll show them fury and hell.
I'm now intrigued by the potential for can't open menu and rod is cast. How the hell did you cut the line then? It's in a while.
Circle.
Circle. Are you sure you want to break the line? Yes, thank you. Line was broken and terminal tackle is locked. Please select another round. Assemble one in the inventory. Yay. I'm impressed with the potential for more World War I themed Charlie Brown episodes. Like, it's Trenchfoot Charlie Brown.
Don't breathe that. It's mustard gas, Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
It's shell shock, Charlie Brown.
Oh my God!
Why do men have to hate Charlie Brown?
Charlie Brown, get your gun.
It's all quiet on the Western Front, Charlie Brown.
I just like the idea of they go over the top. The German machine guns cut them to pieces, you know? You just see Snoopy and like the Red Baron plane just crash in no man's land on the horizon. And as he's laying there, innards on the outside, he just goes, good grief. I like that. I think that'd be good. Ninth Dimension Gaming says, that's a grenade, Charlie Brown.
Tank warfare is the future, Charlie Brown.
Your cannon fodder, Charlie Brown.
We're pawns in a rich man's war, Charlie Brown. What? Ugh.
I was alone. I have needs too, Charlie Brown. That's when he gets back. When he gets home from the front.
I did things, terrible things, Charlie Brown.
The Snoopy reunion special.
Charlie Brown's just weeping uncontrollably, just like, it was there, it was in my hands, just blood everywhere. It used to be Linus, and it's now just a mass of guts and blood. It's just goo. And Lucy's in there, that's 5 cents. Ting, 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 ting.
Come on, Charlie Brown. It's your turn to deliver the mortar to the enemy trench. No, you're just gonna pull that up as I go to kick it. I know what's gonna happen. Did you hear? The ambassadors have got around the table and they started negotiations for peace.
Oh man. Oh, got a lot of bluegills.
Yeah. This is fun.
Yeah. Bluegills are good eating.
I've never had a bluegill.
Yeah, me neither, actually. I was just trying to play the part. But no, like, I don't know. Do you have anything more to say about David S. Pumpkins? I think it's actually kind of forgettable. I enjoyed it, but...
Oh, I thought it was very mediocre.
Yeah, there's not much there. Like, I can, you know, you can enjoy mediocre things.
I will be honest, I wasn't massively, like, impressed with Tom Hanks, to be honest. Like,
no, I think it's a case of, like, when he did it the first time, you know, it was kind of a treat. But then when he had to go and do 30 minutes of that voice, he kind of lost it. Like,
it didn't feel like he remembered the voice from last time.
Right. Because,
okay,
like,
why am I reeling my line in and it's reeling out?
Because you have a fish that's taking it out to sea? Maybe?
No. I'm holding the R2. I'm trying to reel it in, and it's going out.
Yeah, you probably have a fish on. That's...
Oh no, I hit down on the D-pad, and that apparently does actually change whether you're reeling in or out.
Oh, really?
Good to know. Because you're going to want to do that as a fisherman. Right? Hey, I know. Let's just slowly unravel all my line into the water.
Well, I mean, that is kind of a thing. Like...
You okay there, John?
Sorry, everyone.
You having a hurricane?
I dropped my mic.
Ninth Dimension Gaming says, Owen, is this game free? It is! Thank God.
It is free. That's why we're playing it.
Why the hell not? So yeah, I think the David S. Pumpkins voice really only works in very small doses.
Yes.
I will say this: they did a great job capturing the look of those skeletons, better than Tom Hanks actually. Hello, John. Are you there?
Yeah, no, I was trying to think about, like, how they looked again. Yeah,
they looked like they did in the skit.
Yeah.
But no, I don't really have too much else to say about the David Pumpkins Halloween special. It wasn't atrocious, but it didn't really come to anything.
And I guess my thing is, like, it never was. It was never going to, you know?
No. Well, yeah, that's the odd thing about it, isn't it? Like, it neither exceeded nor underperformed to my expectations. It was exactly what I knew it was going to be as soon as I saw they were making it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But it did have a strawberry car that wasn't a pumpkin. That was pretty funny.
That was pretty funny.
And when they ride the bus, which was okay, too.
Yeah, that was pretty good. There was a lot of, like, little jokes sprinkled out that were pretty good. But yeah, not much after that. Yeah.
I think the bit I liked the most, actually, was the mom.
Oh, yeah.
It was like, I just love it when adults dress up. What was your name? I'm David Pumpkins. Oh, terrific. Nice to meet you. Yeah.
Oh my god. These menus. I'm stuck in the menu and I can't get out. Alright. There we go.
That is the greatest peril.
So, like I said earlier, I watched the Peanuts movie.
The what movie? I beg your pardon?
The Peanuts movie,
Oh, with a
not
T.
the penis movie.
What I like is that there's just one... In this universe you live in, there is one movie about a penis that is so well known. It's just the...
No, I ain't watching that ever again.
That's the... Is that the one where Nathan Fillion and and a penis saved the world? You remember that one? It's going back a while.
Yeah. You're real canon there, penis.
I have to save the world.
But no, I saw it, and it was actually really good.
So I'm a big Peanuts fan, but I haven't seen this movie yet. But what I will say is, I've seen the trailers, and I actually love the way it looks.
Yeah, it's really neat. That was one of the things I was most worried about, honestly. Because when I first saw the trailers for it, it kind of just looked like a really run-of-the-mill CG animated film. I was like,
right,
oh,
and
really?
you get a lot of them based on old shows like that are just... I like that Top Cat movie. Have you seen that? That's bad.
No.
It's very bad.
But I was like, oh, man, really? Like, the Peanuts style is so iconic. Like, why would you try to fuck with that? And
right, and it
but
can't be
as I'm
too
watching,
expensive to do in the old way. Not that I'm saying this was bad, but do you know what I mean? It's not like it's not an option to do a Peanuts movie like that.
Right. But what I realized watching very soon is that they actually do something really cool where they have the CG stuff, but all the faces are still drawn on
Yeah.
like Peanuts. And so they are still as expressive as they were in the old ones, except they're on CG bodies. So it's actually like they are like blank spheres for heads, you know?
Right.
With just the faces drawn on. And it's actually kind of, it works. It really works. No, it was really good. And I'm not going to spoil it because I think you would actually really enjoy it. I mean, it doesn't have like a super intricate plot or anything, but what they do is essentially they set up a scenario that gives good reason to kind of put them into multiple different situations.
Right.
So what you get is an overarching plot, but the movie actually plays out much more like small vignettes.
Oh, that's good. And that's very much in the tone of Peanuts.
Mm-hmm. And they actually do some really fun stuff where they actually just take bits from the old specials and then toy with them just a little bit.
Oh, that's clever. So you're getting variations of things you've actually seen before.
Right. Like, the one bit I guess I will spoil a little bit, and I did want to send you a clip of it, is there's this whole bit where Snoopy's doing the Red Baron thing, right? And which in this movie the Red Baron stuff actually plays out through the whole movie in different ways. It's almost like a weird meta narrative on what's happening with the rest of it. And but there's this whole bit where I think it's the Christmas special where when they do that bit, he's like trying to like, escape, and like he has to cross the countryside to get back home.
Yeah, I remember
whatever.
that.
Yeah. And so they do that again. Except this time what they do is, as he's going through his various obstacles, they show it from the perspective of the people watching him. so like there's this bit where like he gets into this tavern and there's a piano playing, and he sits down on the on the piano, starts crying, and doing that whole bit from the special. And then it cuts away and it's just Schroeder looking at him like, what are you doing? And the bit that made me laugh the most was there's part where it shows from Snoopy's perspective. You know, he's behind enemy lines and he sees it's like illuminated in a silhouette this group of people, and he's just like, and they make it out to be like, oh, he thinks those are enemies, so he's gonna sneak past them. But when they show it in the real world, it's carolers singing in front of a house, doing the Charlie Brown Christmas theme. You know, Christmas time is here. And they're singing this. Also, you just see two white paws come up and grab one of the carolers, like Splinter Cell style, and just.
That's nice.
Snoopy just integrates himself. But,
so would you say the overall? Would you say the overall plot of the movie is taken from a plot I would recognize?
Yeah, I mean. Okay, I mean, it's not really a spoiler. It's with the little redhead girl. Right. Charlie Brown sees her and he falls in love and he wants her to notice him. So the rest of the movie is, you know, situations where he's trying to get her attention somehow. And
that sounds pretty good.
That's kind of how, yeah.
Are there any characters who are absent from the movie?
No. And they oddly enough give screen time to characters that really never got a lot of play. And
well, that's nice.
Yeah. Like there was I can never remember their names, but there's those two girls who they always kind of like. They're always in the background of all the Peanut specials, but they never really talk much. But they're like the popular girls. Right.
I think I know who you mean.
What I mean? Yeah, they're in it, and they have lines, and they have like a little bit of an arc themselves. Pigpen had, I think, one of the funniest bits in the whole damn movie, and it's a really clever sight gag. Let's see here. Oddly enough, the one who I thought would be in it way more and wasn't was Linus, because he's in it, but there's really only I guess what they're trying to do, they're trying to play on the old tropes of the specials, right? Because like whenever he gets in that situation where he's gonna give the big piece of advice to either Charlie Brown or everyone, something gets in the way and stops him.
That's clever. I actually have to leave I have to leave the thing. My fishing thing's full.
Oh, okay.
I don't really know how to do that either. Well, maybe I can just check my inventory.
Oh, I gotta do that too.
Oh, these menus. Oh my god.
They're really bad.
They're pretty terrible. Oh, there we go. Fish keeper. Okay, cool. So I can release these, but if I can get out of here, I can sell these and then buy a new fish keeper. How do I do? I'm not on the bit of the thing that has leave. Therefore, I have no way to leave. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Like, have you figured out how to intentionally get from the menus on one side of the screen to the menus on the other?
Yeah, you have to kind of do this weird, like, up and like half circle thing.
It's not working, John. It's not working.
On the right stick.
Right, I can use the right... Okay, so here's the thing. I'm on the go fishing and random room bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I move the right stick... If I use the left stick, I can get to the choose a pond. What I can't do is get to leave. Oh, okay, no.
Oh, the leave thing, that is just the directional pad. If you just push down.
Oh, D-pad. Perfect. Do you know, I'd rather take just Destiny. Do you know what I mean? Just a pretend cursor.
Right,
if they're going to do it like that. Deary me. So you would recommend the Peanuts
usually
movie?
Goes about 2 hours. We usually do about 2 hours. Sometimes we cut it shorter. Sometimes we go longer. Depends. It depends solely on how we're doing.
I'm gonna buy a
Really?
new fish keeper from the shop. View all tools. So you would recommend the
Yeah,
Peanuts movie?
absolutely. It was really good. Um, yeah, I would absolutely. What the fuck? So this is what kind of gets me about like the shop.
Right.
I have I have absolutely seen specific things in the shop before, and now when I go and try to find them, they're not there.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a better fish keeper. This is the thing I don't like about this game. Actually trying to organize your equipment is a nightmare.
Yeah.
Keep net. That must be... No. No. Let me select... Oh, here we go. Fish Hut XS. Extra small. Okay, cool. Fair enough, got it. I could buy a Fish Hut S. There we go. You have purchased the Fish Hut S. Fish Hut. Is that what we're calling that? And I have to wonder, like, how different the individual lines and stuff are. Like, how much difference is it really going to make to the game?
Right. And I don't know, man. This also because like okay, I think I figured out like the shop changes whether or not you're at a location or not.
Right. That makes sense.
And does it? Like that really kind of annoys me. It seems like a really unnecessary thing.
Well, sure, but so much of it is really unnecessary. I'm going for any modicum of sense we can get, you know?
Good luck there, champ.
Okay, I'm equipping my Fish Hut S.
Why can't I buy this? Oh, shit.
I'm trying to get to the tools, but my main cursor, even though I can change through the menus I'm browsing, my main kind of selection is highlighting the guy's chest over on the left, so I'm not allowed to select the fish hut I want. It astounds me that you actually have to use left stick, D-pad, and right stick to do everything.
Yeah, it's yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. It's becoming sort of a nightmare. Ooh,
Yeah, this is what I
I'm buying
hated about it.
grasshoppers now. I'm buying grasshoppers. Yeah. Still can't buy any of these fresh ones. Fair enough. The thing that keeps on getting me on this one is having to use like L2 and R2 to do the sub menus. Like you can't just like drop down into those menus and then navigate like you would normally. Because every time you try to navigate normally, it just switches your entire main category.
Right, I've got to select some baits. Let's go with red worms. If I can get to red worms. I'm gonna get some cheese. I'm gonna catch me a mouse. I want to know how many fish really like cheese.
Catfish? I don't know.
Is that like actual knowledge, or is that a pun on cats liking cheese?
Maybe.
It's,
Well, I don't think there's a mouse fish, so. Which is kind of what I was hoping for, and when I said catfish, I'm like, ooh, no, I got that wrong, didn't I?
not in the same lake as the catfish, at least. I'm now looking up mouse fish. I want to see if there is one. There is a mouse fish.
Oh, is there?
Mousefish, plural, mouse fishes. Don't know why that makes me laugh. The sargassum fish, histrio. Yeah, why isn't it mice fish? Okay, so this is bullshit, right? I looked up mousefish and it said sargassum, histrio, right? On the Wiktionary. So I looked up sargassum or histrio on Wikipedia and it says, the sargassum fish, anglerfish, or frogfish. Doesn't say anything about no mice fish.
What's up?
Incongruousness.
This is unacceptable. All right. I'm gonna see what I can catch with
It's got a really
fish.
a really biased Wikipedia article too. Histrio, a strange-looking fish, blends well with its surroundings in its seaweed habitat. All right, Wikipedia, don't you be dissing the fish. You don't need to be. We don't need your anti-frogfish bias coming in here.
Fish. So fish. Have you done a lot of fishing in your life?
No, I own a fishing rod, but I've never been fishing.
So, like, I'm not a big fisher by any means. In fact, like, back when I was younger, it was like one of my least favorite, like, things to do. But I had friends who got really into fishing, right?
Right.
And so I would always kind of get dragged along to these fishing trips. And what astounds me is I've been fishing, right? I've performed the action. And to this day, I still don't understand how there's, like, skilled anglers out there. I get it that I don't understand everything about the sport and the hobby, but it's, to me, when someone's like, oh, I'm a pro fisherman, I'm like, fucking how? Like, I get it, like a pro football player or a pro baseball player. They're the best of the best. Like, they're so good at this one thing that they get paid for it, right? They've trained their entire lives to be good at this, right? You, sir, throw a line out into the water and kind of hope for the best, right? like that's... And yes, God help me if there's any pro anglers watching right now, or people, or fish enthusiasts or whatever, fishing enthusiasts. I know that I'm speaking very arrogantly right now. I can admit to that. Or not arrogantly, ignorantly.
Ignorantly. Well, both, really.
Yeah.
No, I know what you mean. Like, I guess you can get good at... Oh, damn it. I hit go fishing again. I'm trying to start another private friends-only room and it's not working. I can't get the menus to operate that side of the screen again. I've actually gone into a room with someone else now. Shall I go harass this guy? I can join
your thing.
Well, the way I got the most fun out of this game when I played was actually just standing in front of people who were trying to fish.
When I was playing earlier, I kept on utilizing the chat function. And, who is this?
I like that if you step away from the river and you gradually approach him, as he gets nearer, he, like, draws the fishing rod like it's a weapon. Dun 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 dun.
It's a killer. He's a killer. You get on one side of him, I'll get on the other. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, John.
He's like, nope, just fishing. Like, I don't give a shit. Let's all cast in the same area.
I dub thee Sir Killer Nick Nick of the Knights of the Round Table.
This is so silly. This is my hole.
I'm gonna fish in his exact spot that he's fishing.
That's what I'm doing.
My fish. I feel like such a dick.
Oh, we are absolutely being assholes right now. So what you been up to this week, man?
I played a little game called Super Mario Odyssey. Very good was too. I've been talking for the last few weeks about how utterly pumped and hyped I was for it. And I've been playing it. I got it midnight, the launch, and I've played it thoroughly ever since then. And it's great. It's a really terrific game. I don't have much else to say about it. Like the internet is awash with people sharing details, but it's really good. That was interesting, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's great. Yes, Ninth, we are using the PlayStation Party system to talk.
But no, I'm actually really liking Odyssey. It's interesting. A lot of people said it was going to be, a big successor to Mario 64 and Mario Sunshine. It's actually less like those than I think I was expecting from that. It does have a lot to that. It's got nice open areas you can explore, but it is also it borrows a lot from like Galaxy and 3D Land and 3D World in terms of like level variety and types of obstacles and courses once you get into sections. But it's pretty good. It's got a huge amount of content. Like there are a lot of things to do in a lot of different areas, and it's got a lot of power moons to get, which are your collectibles, and it's got a lot of just a hell of a lot to do, and the typical Nintendo thing of just a huge amount of detail all over, attention to detail. In fact, weirdly
Nintendo
enough,
polish.
Right. Weirdly enough, it has a lot in common with Breath of the Wild. They're very, very different games. But I think it's fair to say that the same internal conversations that led them to really change the direction of Zelda, I think Mario was part of that same conversation, you know what I mean? Because you can see the same fingerprints on it in terms of... what it really does is it does exactly the same thing as Breath of the Wild in terms of establishing... It establishes your characters, it establishes the rules of the world and the obstacles, and then it encourages you within those contexts to really play with that, There's a...
And it's like how you said, the same fingerprints. Mario, can you show us on the doll where the developers touched you? The fingerprints are all over you. You too, Link, quit crying in the corner and do something. Be proactive, god damn it.
Oh, we're gonna get in trouble for that one. No, it's very it's very open and very very thoughtful and very much similarly to Breath of the Wild. It's very much a game that encourages you to play with the tools they give you to try and find different things, to try and bring different things out in the game. And it's a lot of fun. It's a really well-made game. It isn't perfect. It has one issue that is not... It's not that it's a huge problem. It's just that it's such an unnecessary problem. It's annoying it exists. And it's that the game is not... Oh, I got a bluegill skeleton. Oh, might as well keep it. The game has motion controls, right? And those motion controls are fairly good. They are the best approach to motion controls, which is good, normal, comfortable, established, tried and tested controls with a little bit of motion in ways that feel natural to enhance what you've got, right? So if you want to throw Mario's hat, which is a big part of the mechanics right now, you can press a button and he'll throw his hat, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you can also, if you want, hold the Joy-Cons in each hand and you can just give a little flick of the wrist to throw your hat too, right?
Right.
And that's very natural.
The fishing's going well, Sam. Thank you for asking.
It is going pretty good. Hi, Sam. And then once you've thrown your hat, if you want, you can then flick your wrist again to do a homing attack, right?
Sure.
With the hat. And that's good. So a flick and a double flick to do kind of a zoom. Or if you flick your motion controls in certain ways, you can throw the hat down, or throw it up, or throw it around in a circle. If you're on a controller with no motion controls, or if you are on the controllers clipped together on the grip or clipped to the side of the console, those motion controls aren't as comfortable an option as if you're holding them either side, which means if you're using any other control scheme...
Oh, snag!
Oh,
it's like real fishing! Fuck!
What's interesting, though,
worst.
What's interesting is it's alright trying to make it realistic and be like, well, it's like real fishing, but when you go real fishing, you don't get bites this often. So they're willing to make some changes, you know?
I gotta sit in your god-awful menus now, and I have to fucking re-assign my... Oh, Fishing Planet!
So yeah, my one criticism of Odyssey is that a lot of the more advanced techniques require the motion controls, and they work well if you're using the motion controls, but if you're using either, like my wired controller doesn't have motion controls, or if you're using like the Pro controller where the motion controls can't be as fine, you are kind of locked out of a lot of advanced techniques, you know? And it just feels like if they really tried, they could have found alternate ways to do all those things, and they didn't.
Right.
It's just a shame. It's not as bad as like the Star Fox Zero situation where you absolutely had to use motion controls and the motion controls were awful. You can play the game pretty well without them. It's just kind of a pain. But yeah, Mario Odyssey, it's great. Beautiful attention to detail. Really fantastic. That's what I've been doing. Oh, and I did do something Halloween-y yesterday.
Oh, yeah. What was that?
I watched the movie Halloween, which I've seen before, so it's not exactly a topical conversation. But it was interesting because I haven't watched that film for years. You've seen Halloween, right? You've seen Jamie Lee Curtis.
Long time ago.
So I noticed something I never really noticed before watching it this time. Donald Pleasance is in that movie, right? Remember Donald Pleasance? He played Dr. Loomis. Remember Donald Pleasance in the movie? Donald Pleasance in Halloween. He plays Dr. Loomis, for people who haven't seen Halloween. For people who haven't seen Halloween, it's worth mentioning. Halloween was the very first slasher movie, really.
No, it's not.
Oh, it is.
It's really not.
What would you say is the first slasher movie, then? Or give me one...
Black Christmas.
Black Christmas?
Yeah.
I don't think Black Christmas really is the modern slasher.
Oh, it is absolutely the archetype for that show.
To be fair, though,
it's a bunch of...
it is only 4 years earlier.
Right.
Okay, it's a very early slasher of the modern one.
Yes.
And I think it's much closer to the modern slasher than Black Christmas is, but sure.
I think you're wrong. I could talk fast too, Owen.
But, so it is... Watching it these days, it's a very predictable movie. Like a very predictable movie. It has all the tropes that will go on to be like... It has all the tropes that would go on to be listed in Scream, basically. The couple that has sex and end up getting killed, the ones who do drugs,
right.
All the tropes.
Right. Which it sounds means like I've been doing all these things for years and I've never been killed. So
what I like is you sound disappointed.
Well, you know, if I'm gonna go down, you know, I wanna go down like, you know, memorably. You know?
Right. But in this movie...
And what's more memorable than getting killed by a crazy slasher?
Donald Pleasance plays...
You can't think of one, can you? You can't.
Well, I mean... You know... Dying for your country. Anyway. So he plays Dr. Loomis, and Dr. Loomis is Michael Myers' doctor. Michael Myers is the killer. Dr. Loomis is a doctor. And he basically, he's introduced relatively early in the beginning of the film.
That's not my doctor.
He's on his way to testify at a hearing where Michael Myers is scheduled to be released.
Woman.
And he makes it clear right from the beginning that he wants Michael Myers to die in an institution. And this is his psychiatrist, so that he's supposed to in some way advocate for him, I'm sure. But he basically says, like, no, Michael Myers is pure evil. The child has no good in him. I don't want him to ever, ever, ever be released. And when he goes to his hearing, he's going to be completely sedated and everything like that. When they get there, they get to the hospital, Michael Myers is actually in the process of escaping, basically. And he attacks people and steals a car and drives away. What's really interesting to me is, apparently Michael Myers is so violent and so dangerous and so capable of escaping. Like, he must clearly be totally deranged, you know what I mean? And yet, apparently he was getting a hearing to be released. Like, he must have been keeping that on the down low, right? But
he's left a body count all across the walls and halls of this institution. Let's give him another shot.
Right. So Donald Pleasence, he figures out that he's going home, and he goes to the town. And this is where I noticed something I never noticed before, because I remember that character as being, he goes to track down Michael Myers and save the day. No, he goes to Michael Myers' house, and Michael Myers isn't there. So he waits outside in the bushes of Michael Myers' house, intent on believing that he will come back. And the local town sheriff doesn't believe him, but Loomis knows he's coming back, so he waits in the bushes. And he waits, it pretty much in plain sight. Like, he is stood behind a bush, but he's very visible from this almost supernaturally strong serial killer, right? And he waits on this street that is like 5 houses long, right? Later on, characters come out screaming, and he hears them straight away. So, like, he's within earshot, right? And he waits by Michael Myers' house while Michael Myers kills 4 people. And he does, like, the vast majority of screen time in this movie, he is stood in a bush waiting for Michael Myers to come somewhere. And at the end of the movie, like, they play it off like, oh, Dr. Loomis was right about him all along. No, the one solid prediction Dr. Loomis made was Michael Myers will go back to the house, and he didn't. He didn't go back there. He heard the screams from somewhere else and finally was persuaded to leave. And it gets right to the end of the movie, and Jamie Lee Curtis is fighting with Michael Myers, and Sam Loomis comes in with a gun and shoots him. And I suddenly realized it was so clear they'd written the entire movie and had no ending, and then just added the Dr. Loomis character to shoot him right at the end.
It's like, oh shit, that's right, the doctor was out there the whole time.
Yeah.
You get the feeling where he was like looking through the bushes the whole time, just like, oh man, it's gotta happen. While the carnage was happening like right behind him.
Right.
And he just turned it on and, oh man. Whew, sorry.
I just wish they put him in, I wish they put him in Season of the Witch, you know? He could have just been at the end when they finally cracked down on the haunted mask factory, you know? Like, I don't know why they thought that was a good idea.
About Halloween that always, the bit that always kind of got me about Halloween was like him stealing a car sort of thing.
Right.
Because like, oh, he's supposed to be like this kind of, you know, strangely supernatural, you know, super strong, always present killer. But they clearly say at one point he just steals a car. It's like, you're kind of putting a little doubt on your whole supernatural thing there, aren't you? Like,
well, he's not. The interesting thing about Michael Myers is they don't play with supernatural a lot with him. They always keep him like he's just a blank guy, right? Like they also say he's not really angry or anything like that. He was just an empty kid, right? Who just murders his sister. And then I think you get to like Halloween 6 and they're like, yeah, but he was inspired by evil runes.
Oh.
It's real sad because that was like the end of Donald Pleasance's career, right? Like I don't think he did anything else after the Halloween movies, really.
Yeah, not really.
Oh, he was in
Have you had
Escape
it so
from
far
New
where
York.
you have you had this where you get a fish on the line and you pull it, just the fish comes flying out of the fucking water?
Well, I think there might be something wrong with my bait, right? Because I haven't had a fish for a little bit.
I think it's the time of day because mine hasn't been very consistent either right now.
Maybe. Oh well, maybe we'll get some great fish when we get them.
Yeah.
Because Donald Pleasance used to be a
not.
really like successful actor, right?
Thank
He
you,
did.
Ninth. I did have some pretty sick burns today. What? I'm lit. AF.
Yeah, I'm looking now. I don't see Donald Pleasance. I think Donald Pleasance did end his career doing Halloween movies, which is quite embarrassing.
Yeah, you see that a lot though. Cause I always think like if I was an actor, I would try to have that solid body of work. Give yourself like 2-3 decades. Where you're just cranking out really good stuff.
Right, do it like a job for a bit.
Right.
Because those are the ones
once you get towards the end of the career, just take the easy paychecks.
Yeah, those are the ones that end up with long-term respect as well. People who will. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I think the best actors are the ones who take any job that fits with their schedule, and isn't totally ridiculous. Isn't totally beneath their appropriate pay and respect.
Right, because if you look at some real talented actors and actresses out there, like they've kind of all done that. Look at Orson Welles.
Right.
Like he was in Citizen Kane and The Fourth Man or The Third Man. I can't remember. Is it The Third Man? Yeah.
Well, like one of my favorite.
In all these like.
Yeah, sorry, Karen.
He's in all these like amazing things, but people don't remember his final film technically was a voice role for the Transformers movie.
Right. Well, like one of my favorite actors is James Spader, and he's always taken the approach of, is it a good job? Do you know what I mean? Does it fit in with the time?
I'm glad you're having a good time, Ninth. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Does it pay well? Does it fit in with the schedule? Does it pay appropriately? Does it fit in with the schedule? Do I think I can do it? He is a jobbing actor. Like he said famously, he thought Stargate made no sense and would be a failure, right? But he thought it was, but it was the right pay, the right time, and he considers acting a job,
Right.
And yet he's a terrific actor, James Spader. I think. He's been in some bad films, but I can't think of anything where he was bad in it.
Right.
I mean, I didn't think he was exactly the right role, the right voice for Ultron, but that wasn't his choice to cast himself. Do you know what I mean? They wanted James Spader to be the voice of Ultron, and he did fine with what he was asked to do.
Yeah, I would say so. My like I get the feeling you get some of these actors where you start to look at their IMDb or whatever, and they have like this whole string of like these indie flicks and these real, artsy, real high class stuff. But if you really start to look closely, once they start getting further along in their career, a lot of it then just becomes like, oh, they were in Scary Movie 5 or some shit like that,
Right.
And I can appreciate that. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, being the working class, Joe Sixpack. But I really can't stand, pretension when it comes to acting. Like, I act. I'm not a film actor by any means, but I do theater and stuff like that. I have an idea of what it takes, and try to And it's not necessarily, not to diminish effort, but there's, I don't know, there's kind of an ease to it, really. And any sort of like hardship put on it is placed solely on the actor. Like, they chose to make things difficult.
Right, and for
like method actors.
For every 10 actors that tries to live the lifestyle like that, there's one Daniel Day-Lewis or Gary Oldman. You know what I mean? For every platoon of miserable actors making the people miserable around them trying to be a method actor, you get one real, like, artistic genius with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you get one De Niro, you know?
Right. I mean, like, I think, but at the same time, like, I don't care how seriously he takes it, right? I think you could take any method in the world and not be as good an actor as Gary Oldman is. And Gary Oldman could probably stop being a method actor and be as good an actor. Do you know what I mean? He is just one of the... Like, I hear he's not even a very nice person, but he is just the most... Like, I think Gary Oldman might be the greatest actor who ever lived. I think he's going to be remembered as just an amazing actor. Because he is one of those people who is unrecognizable from role to role, you know?
Mm-hmm. We got a question real quick in the chat from Ninth. He goes, John, were you as disgusted at how bad the Friday the 13th movies? Yeah, they're pretty fucking bad.
I'll let you answer because he asked you, but yeah, I have a comment on this.
It's, well, okay, so, to be clear up front, I've said this many times, I don't particularly enjoy horror movies. Slasher movies, honestly, are in my opinion, like the weakest horror movies, like, in terms of content and scare. So I can watch slasher flicks and not be too bothered by them. So I've seen quite a few of the Friday the 13th movies, and yeah, they're really bad. Like, I have not seen the remake, if that's the one you're referring to. Definitely have not seen that.
I've heard that's even worse.
It's... Here's the issue with horror, or not horror, but slasher flicks.
Was that remake Rob Zombie, or was that the Halloween one? He did a remake recently, didn't he?
I thought he did the Freddy one.
Oh, he might have done. He might have done the Nightmare on Elm Street one. Mm-hmm. Oh, no, it was Halloween.
Okay.
I haven't seen that either.
Here's my issue with slasher flicks, especially. They're boring. They're really fucking boring movies. And I mean, there are some that stand above the rest. You know, yeah, let's say like Scream, you know, I think kind of stands above a little bit. But these slasher flicks they didn't become classics or called classics because of quality. They kind of became cult because of kind of how bad they are. That's, you know, there's two types of cult movies out there. There's ones that go unrecognized at first but are legitimate diamonds in the rough. You know, things like Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, I would say. The Fifth Element even is kind of a cult classic. But then there's some that are just bad, and people find enjoyment in them for being bad. And most slasher flicks, I feel, fall in that category. And then even worse is that once they do hit that cult classic style or status, and they make some inkling of money, then they say, okay, we're going to do it again. So, okay, what are we going to do different this time? Well, okay, Jason Takes Manhattan. Woo, yeah, let's have him punch some dude's fucking head off. Great times. Yeah, scary, right? No, it's fucking trashy as shit. And That's why people are watching these movies. It's so, I don't know. And I don't have the mentality to enjoy those kind of movies that are they're so bad they're good. And there's a couple, like The Room, but that's kind of in an atmosphere all on its own. That exists in its own weird universe where it's just so bad that it's not good. It's just transcendent.
I've talked a few times about how sometimes one of the things I like to do is, if there's a long-running franchise of movies, I will just obtain like a box set or a download, and I will just watch them all. And this is because I am inherently interested in how series of films develop, even if I don't like them. Do you know what I mean? I like to see how people make sequels and how they choose to make them. And when it's a very long-running one, you always get to the inevitable terrible sequel, and then you get to the one that later on everyone says is a return to form, and that's always interesting to see the flow of how they go. And I've done that with the Saw movies. I watched all the Saw movies at the time. I'm a bit behind now. And I did Halloween, and I did Nightmare on Elm Street. I did a lot of them. I like to watch complete franchises just for the cultural context. Friday the 13th is the one that I downloaded and couldn't finish. Not because it was frightening, but because it is the worst. It is genuinely the lowest quality of any, big, well-known horror franchise I've ever seen. I mean, some of the individual films were not the worst. I'd still say some of the bad Hellraiser movies are probably worse than some of the bad Friday the 13th ones, but across the board, there is not a good Friday the 13th film, I would say. Not a single one. From the... And usually when you watch these, what you find is that the first one tends to be... Maybe it hasn't aged well, but the first one tends to be original and interesting for its time with stuff that still holds up. The first Halloween's good. The first Hellraiser's good. The first... I say good. You know what I mean? There's stuff there. The first Nightmare on Elm Street. All these things. Friday the 13th's the only one as well where the first one's crap. The second one's crap. The third one's crap. They're all crap. And the real astonishing thing to me is that Jason, this famous character Jason, doesn't even become the iconic Jason till the fourth movie. He doesn't even look like that until really, really late in... in the first one, I mean, Jason isn't even the killer in the first one. So the first one, it is just the case of... yeah. In the first one, it's just a case of, it's a point-of-view killer movie, There is no character to the killer. And then the end result doesn't even make sense, because there's a frail old woman at the end, which is absurd.
Right.
I mean, she's not that old, but you know what I mean? It's a small woman, And I don't know what I'm saying because a woman couldn't stab someone, but she's just a very small, tiny person. I think I'm in a bad place for fishing here. I'm going to pull my line. I haven't caught a fish in ages. And then in the second one, Jason's just alive for no reason. We don't really know why, and it's... Do you know what I mean? It's just a very strange thing. It's not until the third one that we even get an interesting plot,
Yeah, it's...
They were so bad. I just gave up on them. I couldn't understand why anybody would ever watch them, to be honest.
Yeah, they're not good. And that's the thing, is I can't think of... I can't think of a franchise slasher, that is good. I like Scream well enough, but I mean by Scream 3 that it's terrible. I thought Scream 1 and 2 were pretty decent, but the reason that they're good isn't really on on Ghostface Killer. It's
No.
it's on the meta.
Right. I mean, one of the funniest things about Scream is that Ghostface themselves, is actually a really incompetent killer.
Right. So I want to take this time. We're going to take we're going to break off from the chat for a little bit because I did want to bring this up again. I announced it last week. We have subscriber goals right now.
Yes,
Yay! We do. We have goals.
Yay!
And we need your guys' help to achieve them. I see we got a few, about 2 people in the chat right now, which is great. Thank you for being there. We need your guys' help essentially to make our channel grow and reach a goal that is really, really cool. And so I'm gonna go through our goals right now. And feel free to comment on them as I go. And yes, 9th, they are life goals because good God, I don't want to keep working my job anymore. So goal number 1, all right. At 200 subscribers, I wish I had the exact number down. But at 200 subscribers, we're gonna bring back something that we used to do, called Biscuit Bites. And what they essentially are, they're just little vlogs, little 5-minute vlogs, where we take on one of us. We haven't done them together. One of us will take on like a small topic, just talk about it briefly for like 5 minutes and go. It's just a little additional thing. I mean, we've talked about Daredevil and the Kingsman, copyright music, things like that in the past. And you can see them all on this channel, actually. If you go back through our history, they're there, and you can see them. And so that's indeed. At 200. At... Oh, shit. I really should just bring up the blog. At 500, I want to say... Fuck. God damn it. I'm really bad about that. Give me 1 second. I'm going to just bring up the blog.
Why do I let you do these things? 500 was a stream dedicated...
any time, Owen. You could have bailed me out.
500 subscribers is a stream dedicated to a game chosen by the community.
Yes. Which means when that time comes, we will figure out a way, probably a poll of games, and then you guys get to pick. And we'll do a stream dedicated to that. Probably actually a little bit, in my mind, I thought we'd do a little bit longer stream than our normal.
And more of a game-related stream.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's at 500. What's next?
Next is 1,000, a day of games with the community.
That's right.
That's the one I'm looking forward to.
Everyone who has asked us in the past, do you play with fans? And as of right now, we don't. We don't play with the fans. Mostly because, as some of you saw with this, it can be kind of a nightmare just setting this up for ourselves. And organizing games with fans every week become kind of a nightmare. So we thought that we make that a goal, right? If you guys can get us to 1,000, right? Yeah, 1,000. If you guys can get us to 1,000 subscribers, we'll play with you guys. Well, it'll probably be some of our greatest hits, stuff like Destiny 2 and Overwatch, Marvel. Things like that. But there's probably going to be, some Marvel. But there might be some other little fun things that we throw in there. Who knows? So, what's next?
Next is... I don't know. Hold on. Where's my tab gone? I had it just open. It's all going wrong. 2000, an original Machinima short film, which is something we're making preliminary work on right now.
Mm-hmm. And this is the one that I'm excited about all of them, but this one kind of speaks to me personally. It's been talking to me in my sleep, and I haven't slept for 2 weeks.
You're a strange man, John.
A little bit. But yeah, we want to do something more creative, I guess.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, me and Owen come from a creative background. We met in a writers forum in our teens, and so back when we fancied ourselves creative writers, and so this is something that we like to do.
We've got a good idea.
If you don't know what machinima is, what's that?
We've got a good idea for this as well. We've got actually quite a nice concept we want to play with. But it's not worth doing unless there are people to watch, so we're setting it as a goal.
Right. So, yeah, that's going to be one of our goals. If you don't know what machinima is, it's essentially, it's movies made using video games. Classic examples are Red versus Blue, things like that. You know, they do all the camera work inside a game engine. And then they add voices and other stuff on the outside to make it a cohesive narrative that doesn't exist within the game itself. So that's fun. And the big one. What's our big one, Owen?
Well, it is for the princely sum of 5,000 subscribers, and it is a 24-hour charity stream, which I think is also very cool.
Yes. At 5,000 subscribers, people, we will do a 24-hour stream where we will try our damnedest to raise money for a worthy charity. And I promise you, it will be a worthy charity. It's not going to be some bullshit where it's like, oh, help
soil erosion.
Yeah, you know, it's like, let's raise money for a political candidate. Yeah, no, we would never do that. It would be something that we feel strongly about, passionately about. I already have a couple in mind, myself, and I'm sure Owen does as well. And then when the time comes, you know, we'll choose one. You know, we're not going to try to.
Yeah, because we'll always be able to do another one in future. You know?
Right. So yeah, that's a big thing, and I think I really want to hit that goal. I really, really want to hit that goal because something that is super important to me is trying to do some good in the world. And the weird thing is that gamers and people on the internet, we kind of are in a unique position to do so. Because we interact with you guys directly, and there's not really a huge barrier between us, we can essentially try to call on everyone for a singular goal.
Right.
And really do some good, you know?
Well, it's a nice opportunity to kind of use the platform a little bit. Sam Farmer says, both of you doing it together on video games for 24 hours. Well, it would depend on how we did it. We might end up doing shifts, I suppose, or I don't know. We'd have to see.
I mean, yeah. I mean, this is it's going to be a long journey, guys. Trust me.
We've got a lot of time to work out the details.
Right. But, you know, the reason why we're doing this is because the channel is growing. I mean, the chat's not too busy today, unfortunately, but our subscribers have been going up. And
it's nice to think about such things.
Yeah, and we want to keep them going. And I don't think that our goals are necessarily out of reach. They're not, extravagant. We're not asking for 1 million subs. We're not, we're not doing sponsors. You know, we just want people to subscribe right now to the channel, and watch our stuff, come back, interact with us, things like that. And I think it's nice, me personally, I think it's nicer for us to have a goal that is ultimately to help others than us, rather than, oh God, please, please pay me,
I've often thought about doing charity streams over on my main channel, and the reason I haven't done it is they take a little organization. Do you know what I mean? It has to be done right when you do it. And the 24-hour one is the one I don't want to do solo. So, it's pretty good as a goal. I'm actually hoping I can actually get a little bit of practice with something similar before we get there. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
Probably not a 24-hour thing, but something, you know what I mean? And I think it'll be kind of interesting.
Yeah, so, but, as always with these sort of things, like, we can't really do it on our own. We can try to get the word out as much as possible. We can try to garner excitement for it, but we can't make the subscriber thing go up,
Yeah, absolutely.
We need you guys. So we need you guys to share and like and subscribe and all the typical stuff that you hear from all the other YouTubers, about it. They say it for a reason, because without you guys, none of it's possible.
Yes, indeed.
And yeah, so yeah, I just wanted to bring that up, and I'll probably be mentioning it quite a bit, because
yeah, we're gonna have to make it shorter though.
Right.
We'll get used to it.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm excited about it. Hopefully Owen's excited about it, and hopefully you guys are excited about it. So yeah, anything else going on there, Owen? Do you want to talk about?
No, that's pretty much it. I've been having a very busy week. I've got to get myself back in the podcasting zone. I feel like lately we've just been chilling out,
Yeah.
I've been so busy lately, I've got nothing to talk about. I'm a very boring man. But I like aiming for our goals. I think it's going to be pretty good. Pretty fun. Plus, I'm now running 2 channels now, and neither of them are this one.
Right.
I'm trying to get in the habit of YouTubing all the time. And I keep meaning to work on ways to approach this, but it's funny because I love this podcast and I love this project, but it's also like my relaxing stream. I'm still very good about thinking of it as work, It's literally my only chance to talk to someone when I don't feel like I'm working. It's good. The rest of the time I'm all alone. Beth, my girlfriend is a business call most of the days. Like, all right, what are we doing? Are we go shopping? Yeah, okay, what are we doing? Nice to meet you. Says, what are all your channels called? Right. You know my other channels, Ninth Dimension, man. I've just got my British Gamer and my Opinions one. It's pretty good.
Yes, Ninth Dimension. I will happily agree that if we get to that unbelievably large sum of subs, I will sleep in a pumpkin patch. All right, I will do that.
Gotta add that one.
I will absolutely go in and sleep and wait for the Great Pumpkin, or David S. Pumpkins. Just, yeah, you got it, buddy. I mean, I'm not gonna film it because you didn't say that. So you'll have to take my word that I, Jonathan L. Cadotte, slept in a pumpkin patch. If we reach, is that a Google? Yeah, that's a Google number right there. Which is an unobtainable number, by the way.
Yeah. Well, it's like, what, 99999999999? I think we're hitting that one.
Right, because isn't a Google like a... What is a Google? It's... Because a Google is a thing, not just a search engine. It's a number. I think it's like a... 100 with 20 zeros or something like that. I can't remember. Someone look it up. Someone look it up real quick and find out what a Google is.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm just letting you go.
Oh, it's an actual thing. Work with me here, man. All right, I will look it up. All right. Okay, hold on. Okay, Google. What is a Google?
I don't believe for a moment that's going to give you a useful answer.
Oh, it absolutely didn't. It says Google Chrome is a freeware web browser.
Go for it.
All right, I'll try this way. Okay. Okay, Google. What is a Google number?
According to Wikipedia, a Google is the large number 10,100. In decimal notation, it is written as the digit 1 followed by 100 zeros.
Thank you, sir. This was worth it. This has made my day.
She kind of lost steam at the end. I didn't think that a internet woman could just lose effort at the end.
An internet woman.
You know what I meant. Yes, Sam. When Google gets high.
What I like is that the software didn't have the capacity to read it as whatever number it would be. It had to read it as 100, you know?
Right. Because like when you get that many zeros, it doesn't actually have a term anymore. So that's why like it's
Well, I've checked out the Wikipedia. It does have some proposed terms.
oh
10 duotrigontillion, 10,000 sexdecillion, or
nice.
10 sexdecilliard. I like it.
Is that where you go to school to learn to sing and shit?
Yeah, I went to 10 sexdecilliard. It's where I learned to act. You just get there and they're just going, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. I want to have sex on the beach.
Yeah, it's like, will someone please lead us in the school motto? Oh yeah, sure, I got it. One. Oh. It's a very large banner.
They've got the cheerleaders for the sports team. Just they've got to have a team 45 people long, like just, with it to get the zeros on the. Give me an O.
No.
Give me an O.
Give me an O.
Give me an O. Give me an. And at the end of the game,
eternity later.
Give me an O. Give me an O. Give me
Just
an
that
O.
one poor lead cheerleader just at the very end. Just,
Can't do this anymore.
it's not worth it. We're not gonna win.
Do you know there's another one called
school?
Do you know there's another one called a Googleplex?
Oh shit. Is that a movie theater with amount of screens?
It says written out in ordinary decimal notation. It is 1 followed by 10 to the power of 100 zeros.
Oh my.
That's a lot.
That's, and that's the fucking problem with numbers, alright? Like, I get it. Numbers are infinity. Right? They're infinite, right? You can always go up.
Right.
But at a certain point, like, if there's nothing within the known universe that can equal that total, then there's no need for the number, right? Like, you get what I'm saying?
You never know. Boy, presumably you could think for that long, right? You could quantify eventually, subdivide enough to get to that amount, right?
I guess.
Then
But
you might need it.
The problem is you can only think about the total, right? You can't possibly think about the integers. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, but what if you set up a... What if you set up a timer to count to it in the smallest possible... Like on a 120 hertz refresh rate screen. One number per hertz. Do you think it would ever get there? Could you attain it then?
It would have to be counting very, very fast. You know, that's the problem.
But that's the interesting thing.
Like,
could you... well, I'd be very interested to know if you did it, say... Okay, let's not go to 120 hertz. Let's say you flashed a number 10 times a second, right?
Mm-hmm.
How long do you reckon it would take? Do you think it would still be attainable to run the computer for several years and hit it?
Oh, it would be decades. Think about it this way. If a human, right? A human counting by one to...
Yeah, but that wouldn't work.
1 million.
That wouldn't work because eventually the numbers get very long to say.
Right. Well, what I'm saying is that a human theoretically can count to 1 million, right?
Right.
But it takes years. It takes absolute years to do it.
Does it?
Yes. Let's see.
Let's do it now.
Yeah. 1 million bottles of beer on the wall. 1 million bottles of beer.
We take it down and pass it around.
All right. Let's bring up Google again here. Okay, Google. How long does it take for a count to 1 million?
Here's a summary from Math is Fun. If you could count without breaks and at the same speed as you did to 100, it would still take nearly 70 hours.
Okay, it takes 70 hours.
Okay, so it's about 3 days.
Without taking breaks, right?
Okay, so presumably you'd have to take time to sleep, so that would add it to maybe 5 days, right? And then you'd have to take
5 days.
Then you'd have to take time for meals. So let's say 6 days.
And then let's round it to a week.
And then
right?
time to stop every now and then. You're talking 7 to 10 days, to count to 1 million.
Right.
And then Google is how many million?
1 million. Like a billion is a million, right?
Sam Farmer says, imagine how bored you'd get after like 1,000. Also, I know this sounds kind of strange, right? But don't you think that would actually start to drive you insane?
Oh, yeah, you would fucking lose your mind. You would break.
I mean, even if you were trying to take breaks and things like that, it would just start rewriting the way your brain thinks, surely, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's a repetition thing, you know?
Right. Right, like, it's when you do lines in school and your handwriting just doesn't make any sense anymore, words just don't mean anything.
Right, yeah. Or, the same thing, like, if you just look at the same word over and over again, it just stops looking like a word.
It's like, my mum always says, they used to drill us on the times table when we were in school, but, like, they drilled us on the timetable when we were in school. I remember when I was in primary school, every day we did times tables up to 12, right? So we did it from 1 times 2 is 2 to 12 times 12 is 12, right? That was the broth we get. I don't know my times table. Do you know what I mean? I just don't. I've always been terrible at maths. I don't know my multiplication tables. But we did it every day. And the reason I don't know it is it became so rote, I didn't connect to it in any meaningful way, you know? And I think counting must eventually get the same, right?
Oh, absolutely. You would eventually get to a point where...
How quick would it be if you used the 1, 2, skip a few, 99, 100 method?
Well, I mean, depends. Like 1, 2, skip a few, 99 Googleplex. You know?
Yeah. What happens if you actually ask Google to count to a million?
Oh man. Sorry, phone. I'm probably gonna brick you right now, but okay, Google. Count.
It'll take an awfully long time to count that many numbers. Try it again with a smaller range.
Oh, what? It doesn't want to?
Okay, Google. Count to 999,999.
It'll take an awfully long time to count that many numbers.
Try 1,000. I want to find the limit to what it'll count to.
Okay. Count to 1,000.
It'll take an awfully long
Wow.
time. To
Oh,
count
what,
that many
1,000?
numbers. Try
No,
it again
that...
with a smaller range.
Count to 500.
It'll take an awfully long time
Jeez.
to count that many numbers.
Well, that's only
You're kind
like...
of picky, aren't you, Google? Just count
What
to
it is-
100.
Sure.
Oh,
Oh, fuck off!
says it like there's no
1, 2,
issue.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Alright, so we can do 100.
12,
What's
13.
interesting is...
Count
Why
to
would...
250.
It'll take an awfully
Oh,
long
I
what?
think it's 100.
numbers.
What's interesting about that is, why would you ever need something to count to 100 in case you forget what 37 is? Like, what's... Sorry, what's after 42 again?
Because some kids fucking take their hide-and-go-seek game very seriously.
Well, she wasn't, like, stopping at a second. You know, she was... There was no room for a Mississippi in there.
You guys do Mississippi over there?
Yeah. I don't really know why.
Let's see here. I'm kind of curious. 'Cause I'm looking at this, and I can see that it's in this grid. So it looks like... count to 104.
Sure.
No. Okay.
1, 2,
No.
3.
Count to 105.
Here is a matching video.
What the...
Isn't someone counting
Count
to
by
105? Has someone on YouTube done that? It's from
Okay,
the
hold
YouTube
on.
channel. It's from the YouTube channel for when Google can't be asked.
Alright, later. Okay, Google. Count to 105.
Sure. 1.
Hold on, Google. I think there's a problem here.
Count to 106.
It'll take an awfully long time
Okay,
to
so
count
won't-
that many numbers.
Okay.
Try it again with a small...
Count to 103.
Here is a matching video.
For God's sakes.
What I find interesting is
Wait,
that...
hold on. It gave me this... We're gonna... it gave me this video. It's a count to 100 song. So, let's see what this has to say. Oh my God. Oh my God.
To 100 every day. Keep your mind and body in shape. Let's get fit.
Keep your body in shape?
Count to 100.
They're always doing that when I go down to the gym. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Stretch your arms.
Okay, now that, yeah, right.
1, 2, 3,
Oh my God.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stretch your legs.
Okay, no, no, no.
What else can you ask Google to do? Ask it how to kill a vampire.
Okay. Okay, Google. How do you kill a vampire?
Urgently. Fast response, please.
Here is information from WikiHow.
WikiHow. Does WikiHow have an article?
Step 1. Identify the vampire. 2. Ward the vampire off. 3. Decapitate the vampire.
It's not
Well, I'm
actually
warding
real.
it off.
It's
How's
that... Hey, back off, vamps.
Now get back here so I can chop off your fucking head. Oh,
I'm reading the actual article here. If you intend to include vampires as part of a novel or as part of cosplay or role-playing, you should know the basic rules for killing them off. No, I want to kill a real one.
I don't think you're understanding me, Wiki.
The pictures of this are great.
Okay, so I'm gonna do something here that it takes us back to our roots, right?
All right.
Okay, Google. Tell me a joke.
Okay, here you go. What did the vinaigrette say to the refrigerator? Close the door, I'm dressing.
It was every bit as bad as I hoped.
Okay, I'm gonna try to get existential with it. Okay, Google. Tell me what I'm doing wrong with my life.
Google, why am I dead
Here are some
inside?
results from the web.
Calling the Samaritans. I want to know what results it got for you. Did it get anything good?
No. Here. Okay, Google. Am I a good person?
Well, I like you.
Aww. Well, that's nice.
Yes. Okay, let's see here.
Mario or Sonic?
Okay, Google. Mario or Sonic?
According to The Verge, Nintendo's Mario, short, fat, improbably good at jumping, had seen off eggs, cavemen, and nondescript spaceship blobs in the late 80s and early 90s, but it was quickly clear there was something different about Sega's Sonic the Hedgehog.
Kylie's
What an in-depth answer.
kind of like a cliffhanger there. But there was something different about Sonic the Hedgehog.
What I like is like, okay, Google's like, no, so it's just I don't care how important it is. I don't have time to count to big numbers. Now let me tell you all about fucking Sonic. Sit down, my child. Get comfy.
I'm about to learn you. Just. Let's see here. Okay, Google. Do you love?
Love is when you can never get enough of something, no matter how much time you spend with it. That's exactly how I feel about searching.
You didn't answer my question.
It's funny.
See here. Okay. Okay, Google. Do you follow the 3 rules?
I do. Mr. Asimov knows what he's talking about.
Holy shit.
That was that's the 4th lesser known of Asimov's rules that they don't tell you. Just big up Asimov whatever you can.
Okay. I gotta know. Sorry, everyone, if this is incredibly boring, but I'm having a great time doing this. Okay, Google. Do androids dream of electric
According to Wikipedia,
Aw.
The Android's Dream of Electric Sheep is a science fiction novel by American
Okay,
writer
hold on.
Philip K. Dick, first published in
No,
1968.
stop it. Okay, Google. Do you dream of electric?
According to Wikipedia,
Ah.
the novel is set in
No.
a
Hello to OK,
post-apocalyptic
how you doing?
San Francisco, where it's
Yeah, I've never
Hey,
really
Ark.
played with OK Google.
nuclear global war.
Quick, or you might know something. Tell me something I can ask Google, and it's give me something fun. I'm trying to get to the depths of its consciousness.
Ask it if it knows where it is. Go Westworld on it.
Okay. Let me see here. Okay, Google. Play pink fluffy unicorns dancing on a rainbow.
I don't recognize a rainbow. Try saying the name of your device instead.
What? So, how would I go about going Westworld on it?
Ask, I don't know, ask if it knows where it is.
Okay. Okay, Google. Here you are.
You can find me in all kinds of devices. Phones, Google Home, pretty sweet digs if you ask me.
Look, I don't need your fucking commentary on it. Just give me some answers. Oh, hello, Ronald. Let's see here.
I'm trying to think of something you can ask him.
Okay, Google. Do you believe in God?
I don't know much about religion, but I can search. What would you like to know?
Oh, I never been to Spain. Heard they like the music.
I do love playing with AIs.
Oh, me too.
Alright.
We would be the black hats in Westworld, wouldn't we? Just
Yeah, maybe. I think it's probably time we finish up, though. Wrap up for tonight. I'm going to go get some sleep. Alright.
Okay, Google. Is it time to finish up?
I'd like to help, but I'm not too sure.
Oh shit. We have
Ooh.
we have to decide our own, Owen. Our internet overlords can't help us now. But yes, thank you all for watching. This has been Those Aren't Biscuits. I've been one of your hosts, Jonathan Cadotte. With me as always been Owen Adams. Where can
Hello.
they find you, man?
Go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Owen Adams. It's a good channel. It's fun.
And joining us as a guest has been Okay Google. So, okay Google. Bye. Fuck.
You've broken it.
Never mind.
You've broken it. Be careful.
Yeah,
You're
so
going to end up in
like I
a...
said, I've been Jonathan Cadotte. You can find me on my personal blog, which is johncperson.wordpress.com, or you can find me on Twitter, which is @johncperson. And until next time, have a good one.
Fair enough. Bye!